The sound test room.
Hello and welcome to the sound test room. My name is Jakob. This is the attaQ show, and what you're about to watch is the first part of a series of videos where I am going to show you how to use TC-11. Before we start, this is an iPad mini first generation non-retina iDevice. It's got the same spec as an iPad 2. And I'm running iOS 7.1.2 and TC-11 2.0 runs very smoothly on this device. TC-11 from BitShape was created by Kevin Schley. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that name correctly. In any case, Kevin, I mean no disrespect. Kevin Schley also made TC Data, and that's basically a very sophisticated multi-touch MIDI controller. When TC-11 came out as version 1.0, it was already a beast. But now with the 2.0 update, TC-11 has become a kaiju of beasts. You can do a lot with this app. It's not really that TC-11 is complicated. It is sophisticated, I would say that. But it does take some time programming patches, and if you don't know what you're doing, then this app can be a bit daunting at times. That's why I can't make a 5 or 10 minute tutorial. No, instead I decided on making a complete TC-11 guide showing you everything. So you'll have to bear with me and stick with me for a while, because I will be making a lot of these videos. I will be doing my best to make this guide as comprehensible as possible. And if you look down in the description, you will see that I have time-stamped these videos. And I'm doing that to help the viewer, you, navigate through my videos. There will be a lot of content in these videos, and this way you'll know where to go. If there's something you already know, or you might have seen and forgot and wish to go back to, just click on the timestamp corresponding to the part you want to watch, and the video will start from that timestamp. Between the different parts in these videos, I will be putting up a thumbnail where I'm dividing the sections and naming them. So in this first part of this TC-11 guide, we will be looking at the performance view, and I will explain everything that's on screen right here. This is the performance view of TC-11. Here is where you perform with your patches. You can see a grid, you can see some graphics, a patch name, you can also see the X and Y markings, preset icon, a recording icon, and you can see this one right here, and this is the menu button. This is where you go into menus and settings. More about that in a little while. For the sake of this tutorial, I am going to choose a patch that I know is using the Gyroscope too. So we're going to look at tubular synapse. If you look at the preset icon up here, if I press it once, it will say ×2. If I press it too many times, then TC-11 will remind me that I have to double tap an icon to actually open it, so you won't accidentally open up stuff when you're performing. You have to double tap. So remember that when you want to open up anything else in the performance view, you have to double tap. Let's find tubular synapse. Double tap on the map icon and you will get the preset list. As all iOS users know, when dots are showing up, you might not be able to see these right now, but there are dots here. That means you have more pages. There are actually more pages to be discovered. So if I scroll to the left, I will find different patches, 2.0. So these presets were made for the 2.0 update. If we scroll to the left again, we will find the old presets from the 1.0 version of TC-11. Let's find tubular synapse. So we go down and down to T, right there, and it's loaded. Now the reason why I'm loading this patch is because it's using the gyroscope. So if I do like this, you can see that something is happening on screen. is actually using the built-in gyroscope inside the iPad to control things. And it's a beautiful thing when you're doing something live. You can actually bend stuff and modulate stuff with this function. As I said, I had a reason for this. And as you can see down here, this is the reset button for the gyroscope. So you can always reset the gyroscope quickly on this button right here. And as usual, you have to double tap to use it. Another thing to say about the gyro function, whenever you're using it, then these graphics will always be added, so you have a visual view of what's happening with the gyroscope. You can't change this and it doesn't do anything with the control area. It's just a visual thing so you can see what the gyroscope is doing. So that means if you're not using a gyroscope, then you won't be seeing these graphics. Let's take a look at the recording function. Double tap the recording icon and it will bring up the recording menu. Here you have 4 options: record start, record stop, play and audio copy. To start a recording, you press record start. And as you can see, you now have a yellow rim outside the performance view. Recording hasn't actually started. Now the color of this rim is important. This just means that TC-11 is ready to start a recording as soon as you put down your fingers. When I put down my fingers, this will turn red and that means we are recording. Oh my god, look at that. It's so beautiful. Oh, I love fingering my surface a lot. When you are done recording, double tap the recording button and press stop. It will automatically save the waveform that you recorded. As you can see, you also have the option of playing back the previously recorded performance. Very straightforward. Play and stop. Now let's say you want to use your recorded performance in something else. Let's say Auria or Cubases, or send it to AudioShare for some IAA FX processing. Then you have audio copy. I'm not going to go into explaining how audio copy works, but it does have that function. Let me just show you. I actually have to set my phone, the white balance and everything. I have to lock it, because if I don't lock the camera recording, then the screen will change in colors and light when I move my hands over it and switch between menus and stuff. So let me show you what happens when it's locked at this position. I press audio copy and you can't see this. If I move my fingers over it, you can see it because it's breaking up the light. But I actually have to have it set to this setting on the iPhone camera, because the autofocus and auto adjust makes it impossible for me to actually make videos due to the changing light and focus and everything if I don't lock the camera. You can rotate the screen, but even if you rotate the screen, the Y and X will always stay the same. The X will always be the shortest distance, Y will always be the longest distance. So even if I flip the screen, X and Y will still be the same. In this view, if I try to flip the screen, it won't. And I'll show you why. You actually have to have the menu on. So double tap on this icon and now you have the menu on. Now if I flip it, it's flipped. You see, it flips back when I put it down. As you can see, when I flip it, X is still in the same position and Y is still in the same position. Even when I flip it down, X will still stay here and Y will still stay here. Very simple. I just want to highlight something. For this tutorial, I've actually made a few changes to the settings beforehand, because I want the X and Y to be showing like this so that you, my viewers, can see what's going on. Double tap on the menu and let's go to the settings. I won't be explaining all of the settings, but what I've changed for this tutorial is show the recording button and show the axis labels. These were turned off as default, but for this guide I've chosen to turn them on so you can always see them. I will get into the settings in a future video. The last thing on the performance screen is the menu. Double tap on the settings menu icon and you will bring up the menu. You have performance, load share, patch and settings. 4 options, and within them you have loads and loads and loads of options. Stay tuned for the next part of this TC-11 guide. My name is Jakob haQ. You've been watching the haQ attaQ show. You can find me on thesoundtestroom.com. Please subscribe to my channel, comment down below, thumbs up if you like this video and want me to make more. Well, actually I will make more even if you don't do the thumbs up thingy. Doug Woods, Colin Swinney and me, Jakob haQ from thesoundtestroom.com wishes you a very productive week.
Yeah.